Well guys, there goes the neighbourhood. Have a look over here. This is a roadway along the front here where that bush is bulldozed up there. That's a row of blocks, and that was all jungle and bush yesterday where those concrete posts are. So it's another set of blocks over there along the fence, and because of the gravel being there and what's happening here where the trucks are coming in, this block's been sold. 1 or 2 blocks, I'm not sure. It's been sold. So there goes the neighbourhood. It was jungle, now it's turning into a suburb. And the people here originally had it all to themselves. I'm sure they're wondering what's going on. Anyway, the house is progressing along nicely. It's stinking hot today. We had a lot of rain last night. We'll have a look. We'll have a closer look at the house. They've got the grinders going, cutting the concrete and steel. That's all happening today. Look at the dust up there. They're cutting the concrete. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're putting the floorings in. This is what I wanted to show you. How I do the flooring here. How you going, fellas? Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a share, subscribe. YouTube doesn't take you seriously unless you've got 1,000 subscribers. I've got a miserable 119 subscribers. Chuck yours on there, please. Try and help me get up to 1,000. I know it's a big ask. They get these planks, they get these concrete planks, and they lay them across the floor. Now I've got to be able to film this without things dropping, because things will and can drop. I'll get up here with the other people. No H&S here. It's up to you to be careful. If you're not careful, you'll have an injury. G'day, g'day. Sorry, cut. Oh, good. Okay, there you go, guys. You can see those planks. They put them across the floors between the frames, and they're cutting them to size, so I'm not allowed to go over there. But they put them up, they butt them up to each other, and then they lay a layer of concrete on top of them. All the buildings are done like this, so it works. Everywhere you go, the buildings are like this. Concrete planks with a smaller mix on top. This area here, for some reason they've used the form ply, and they've got a lot of vertical supports. For you guys in Australia, see that vertical supports, you know what they are? They're gum trees. They're saplings. Enormous market for saplings of that size in the building industry. We've taken over from the bamboo. Aussie gums, and they plant them in plantations and they harvest them in small areas like that, up to about 4 or 6 inches I've seen them. And they use them in the building trade all around Bangkok, everywhere. Import them from the country. I'm hearing things falling down here. I'm having a look around. That there is what they look like on the surface before they pour the concrete over the top of them. They'll lay them out better, and then they'll pour a mix of concrete, only about 1 inch thick, I think, on top. And that seems to support it. It seems to work. It doesn't seem to crack. Everything happens. There's the pulley going up. That's how it works. I came here the other day and I filmed this. Something happened. I didn't press the button properly. Anyway, here we go again. As you see, the floor's coming on. It's all progressing nicely. Everybody's back working again. It's just great here. Over there, there's another block going to be built on. Nothing stands still in Thailand, I can tell you. That's all great. Monsoon here, it rains. I'm a little bit concerned. The roadway there drops off. It drops off 4 foot from the bitumen, comes along low, and then it comes up to the landfill I'm standing on here, which rises another 3 foot. And then the foundations of the house there are another 2.5 foot, so it'll be 5 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot from the ground level at least. So there's white concrete tanks there. The local said the water comes up in the floods nearly to the top of those white water tanks there. That's how far the water rises. So if it rises up here, we have a flood on the roadway, we're not going to be getting in or out, is what I'm saying, you know. If it's wet, yeah, I can drive across it. If the water comes up and goes underwater on the driveway, I think all the work's got to stop. Now what I find amazing is over there, where those guys are standing, that's where my house is going to be. This house is not my house. My house is going to be over there. And in 2 months, my house is going to be finished. So I haven't seen the plan for the house yet. Yeah, I'll get some alterations done to the basic plan and that, but it's one of those Thailand things, you know. You try to micromanage things, nothing's going to happen. You've just got to you've got to learn the culture of having patience and wait. Because a heck of a lot of foreigners come over to Thailand and they cannot handle not being able to micromanage their projects or their life. You've got to be very, 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 very flexible when you come here. Very flexible. At the same time, you've got to be very strong-willed, but you have a lot of stretch. You don't arc up when something doesn't go the way you want it right now. You've got to just sit back. Now, here's an interesting observation in the West. If somebody expresses an opinion and you somehow challenge it, they will dig their heels in and start defending that opinion. If you didn't challenge them, they would be flexible maybe. But once you start asking them and challenging the question, they'll dig their heels in and they'll become set like concrete in that belief, just for the sole reason that they've got a right to have a belief, and how dare you challenge them, and they'll stick to that belief even if it's wrong. Anyway, that's not over here nor there. There it is over there. It's all coming along nicely. Oh, that's a nice breeze, bit of a breeze got up. Now the other day we had the dried out fish pond across the road, and the smell, it's been filled up again and restocked with prawns. So that smell's gone. Now it's a nice pleasant sound of splashing water. On those corners, we've got a bit more uprights for the second story. That'll all come. But by gee, it's good. Have a look at the people inside there. Have a look at these poor people inside. Now, I don't want to see. I don't want to talk to them. I just want to ask them, how high is the ceiling? Not high enough. I'll give you some crawl space for running wires and cables and lights and stuff. Yeah.
Because that's the ensuite.
Ah, that's what the special floor is.
Yeah. And
yep.
The plumbing's. I'm looking at it going, well, I think the ceiling's going to come down lower than that because
you got to get
plumbing pipe's going to come through there,
and they've got to go out.
They'll go out. So
under the beams.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably have
another 6 inches, 12 inches.
inches.
Yeah, it's magnificent. This is a beautiful spot. It's quiet, and you hear all the birds. We've got the chainsaws, not the chainsaws, we've got the grinders all going today and the hammering and banging, but normally you just hear nature when you're here.
I get that noisy neighbour playing AC/DC.
That'll be you. That's good. Hey, any questions? Put them in the comments down below. Have a look at the video links up here, something really interesting. Just have to look up there though. And at the end of the screen, I'll put some more links relevant to building houses in Thailand. There's some real good videos out there. Some of them interesting, some of them aren't. Now accidents do happen. We saw a bloke doing this. I was building a house last year, the bloke was doing this, and then the ambulance across the road from where I live, and then the ambulance turned up and they hung around for about 20 minutes and took a bloke away. Now, Thai people don't get taken away because they cut their finger or cut their hand. It would have been a broken limb or worse. Because of lack of language and just not wanting to be a sticky beak. We never went across, so we never found out what happened, but they took them away in an ambulance, so it's pretty serious. Our H&S is real, things do go wrong, but it's amazing how so few things go wrong when there's no inspectors and there's no rules being followed that we know of.